Reports on Nintendo's plans for the next generation console could be coming the second half of 2024. From Software made Elden Ring and Armored Core 6 with a staff of just 300 developers. And lastly, the ESRB wants to start using facial scanning technology to check ages for gamers. All of this in this week's gaming news, and it starts right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to MaxCubeGaming News. If this is your first time being in this channel and you like what you see, drop a like, comment your thoughts. All feedback is great feedback, and subscribe as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, our main goal. So yeah guys, let's begin with what's coming out in this week's in the gaming industry. First, by IGN Nordic, the reports of Nintendo planning to release a new console, the next generation console, perhaps in the second half of 2024. This is by Wesley Yang Poll, and it's indicating sources from the VGC development kits for the unannounced new console are now with partner studios, with the second half of 2024 release windows set to give Nintendo enough time to ensure plenty of stock in launch or for launch. Apparently the next generation console can be used as well as a portable mode, so same thing as the Switch, and it has an LCD screen opposed to a OLED screen in order to keep the cost down, and it'll also come with physical cartridges just like the Switch itself, the VGC says. However, the question about backwards compatibility with Switch games remains unclear. IGN asked Nintendo for comments, and they addressed that it was possibly a unknown. This all starts from the rumors that came out in May of Nintendo saying its long rumored Switch pretty much successor wouldn't release until April of next year, perhaps the earliest, with the Nintendo president explained during an investor call that the company isn't considering a new hardware in 2023, early 2024 in a financial year, and perhaps it will release towards the end of March 31st, 2024. They're looking at that particular release date, and this is with the decline of Switch sales, pretty much only 18 million units being sold in last financial year, down 23 million sold, and last year and before that 28 million sold. So it seems like Nintendo might be looking forward to the next generation of console gaming. For me, in my eyes, a newer Switch is the right way to go. I know that this particular console right here, hardware wise, does not meet the expectation of what the gaming industry is going with. The nightmares of the Joy-Cons, the battery life, the audio, the network compatibility with the Switch and the home, the stand, the fact that you can't put in a Ethernet cable and have poor service. I could keep going. Battery life, resolution. I think it's time. I think it's time for something huge, revolutionary, better, updated, more efficient. And I know Nintendo can hit it out the ballpark because when the Switch originally released, it was the hot pocket. So let me know in the comments below, how would you like this newer Nintendo console to be, and what would you name it? And let's move on to the next topic, you guys, as this is from PCGamer.com. From Software, makers of Elden Ring and Armored Core 6, stating that they made those two games with a staff of just 300 developers, guys. This is by Wes Phelan. The maker of last year's biggest games remains modest, sized by AAA standards. This is all coming from the big mouth of the industry, Ubisoft, saying that they have 2,000 developers working on the new Assassin's Creed and plan on increasing it to 2,800 throughout the coast of multiple gamers like Hell and Boulder Gates 3, and just pretty much surpassing that type of surplus of employees. Now, I'm a fond believer of employment, employing a staff, employing developers, employing people with talent. But when you have a track meet with games coming out incomplete, games coming out with full of bugs and defections and storylines and story not being polished well and resolution not being polished well and just giving an incomplete product, and you have 2,800 staff members, it's pretty embarrassing. The article states that the producer of both Elden Ring and Armored Core 6 says, and I quote, "We do not expect players to read through the whole staff list at the end of every game and compare who's who." Joke producer Yorozo Onagra, sorry if I butchered that name, Onagra, I quote, "To give a broad image, we have just about 400 employees at From Software, and about 300 of those are developer staff or development staff. That pool of development staff is shifted around, moved between projects as needed, depending on the current situation with a project and the current period of development." End quote. It is pretty much the most efficient way to have employers. Yes, I would love to have more developers be employed, absolutely. But when you focus in and you have the best talent and you produce the best games possible, just like Elden Ring, that's the results you're gonna have. You have concentrated, dedicated members of your team that could work together in different sectors and deliver experts, top of the food chain gaming results or game development results. Don't destroy the format, keep it the same, and yeah, just keep having that notoriety. So From Software Lifer, his earlier game, so this producer is been around since 2003, you guys, and it just shows that it is the right direction to focus on quantity over quality. He also states, "At the peak of its times, we had only 200 to 230 developers working for Armored Core 6. He says, and I quote, "This was similar to Elden Ring as well. At the peak of the period of that project, we had similar numbers of staff working on it simultaneously. So staff moved around fluently as we needed them." Showing it pretty much 200 230 to 230 perfect staff members just going from one product to another and developing masterpieces. It just shows From Software, superior. Ubisoft is like fast food. Nothing against fast food for those who likes fast food, it's just the quality is lower. And what are your thoughts, guys, of Elden Ring? Does that reflect that less is more, or do you prefer more developers being employed? Let's talk about it. Last but not least, this is a very, very interesting topic. I think the future of how we buy games might be coming in very shortly, as by PC Gamer as well. The ESRB wants to start using facial scanning technology to check people's ages when purchasing, downloading video games, from I guess E all the way to M for mature. For those who don't know, the ESRB, known for the Entertainment Software Rating Board, wants to use facial recognition to track users' age. They are required to submit a photo of themselves and identification, and then it gets evaluated, reviewed, and when you are purchasing a game, downloading a game, it will recognize if that's really you and allow you to purchase that particular game. So this idea came from a couple years ago, according to the article, by Tencent, using facial recognition to keep children from playing too many video games. And it turned out that the Entertainment Software Rating Board of America's Video Game Agency was looking at it quite interested. Here's the article quotes. To be perfectly clear, an image and data used for this process are never stored, used for AI training, used for marketing, or sharing with others, end quote. The ESRB stated in a statement. Continuing on, the only piece of information that is communicated to the company's request, the PC, is a yes or a no determination as to whether the person is above the age of 25. This is from an update saying that ESRB has released a statement clarifying that this technology does not, and I quote, confirm the identity of the users, end quote, nor it intends to scan their faces to minor to determine whether they are old enough to purchase a particular game. It's used images to determine the subject's age in order to ensure compliances of COPP policy requirements. So what is COPP? Let's find out, guys, together. No. Yeah, so it's the Children Online Privacy Protection Rule. It was enacted in 1998, and I assume it's indicating COPPR imposes certain requirements on operations of websites or online services directed to children under the age of 13, and on operators of websites or online services that have casually knowledge that they are collecting personal information online from a child under the age of 13. So it's apparently to protect minors, guys. And this is how it would hypothetically work. Detects a face is detected in an image and reduced to pixels. Each pixel is assigned a number that the AI can understand. Compute numbers. The numbers are computed by a neural network that has been trained to recognize age by looking at millions of images of faces. Determine age. The AI finds a pattern in the numbers and products in age, and they'll determine your age. So this will pretty much allow the purchases and downloads of particular items. And it seems like it might be the future of gaming as a whole when it comes to purchases. The ESRB actually made a request to the FTC back in June 2nd, but it only comes to light via the gaming industry because the FTC now seeking public comment on the plan. And yeah, it is to prevent you from buying games like GTA if you're a child. You know, that's all good, but in my eyes, it doesn't change the fact that yeah, this is a really gross invasion of privacy, and I sure as hell do not want to be sharing my mug with the GTO, Greater Digital Overmind, just so my hypothetical son can play some GTA online. It's just interesting. There might be a mixed reactions, a mixed dialect of what is right and wrong with this. But let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Do you think that facial recognition should be implemented to protect the youth from playing games like Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, or do you think it should be mostly based off parental control? My opinion, I think it's all about parenting. You know, people are gonna get games that they're not supposed to play. I know I played Grand Theft Auto when I was like 9, and you know how Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City at the age of 9. I played Battlefield when I was like 11, Counter-Strike when I was like 10. I saw Mortal Kombat in the 90s, decapitation, all that stuff. And you know, yes, we have our issues in society when it comes to just these one-offs that results in impossible influential by games, but most of it is based off mental health, and I think it's 100% based on how you parent your child. Not have an organization take your children's photo and judge them and say, yeah, they can't buy the game or download the game. At the end of the day, it's your child. So what are your thoughts? Once again, leave in the comments below. Subscribe, as we are on our way to the 1,000 subscriber goal, and I appreciate everybody who stops by and checks out these videos. I will be producing shorts, guys, short reviews, at least 3 or 4 a week, so please check those out. They will be uploaded soon. So all the feedback within there is highly thankful, and once again, I appreciate everybody. I hope you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Cheers.